I've started reading Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood, and about 90 pages in, I've been annotating as I've been reading. I'm only 90 pages in, but I'm obsessed and I cannot put it down, which is a problem because I have things to do where I can't actually just sit and read all day. As much as I want to do that, I can't. But I'm so in love with this book. I already like it more than Akatar. I'm 90 pages in and I already like it more than Akatar, like 100%. I heard people say the first 300 pages are like really slow and kind of boring to get through. I've already cried. I'm 90 pages in and I've already cried like 3 times. What do you mean it's boring? I'm so hooked. I used to let you know if it gets boring past these 90 pages, but I'm already super hooked. I love Bryce. I love her so much and I feel like I relate to her so much. I'm obsessed with her already and I already love Hunt. I met him 5 minutes ago and I love him. I'm only 90 pages in and I've cried already. I've laughed. I don't know, I'm so hooked and addicted to it. I don't get how it's boring, but I'll let you know if there's any slower parts so far. Okay, so I'm a little over 300 pages in House of Earth and Blood right now. So I thought I'd make another little update. I'm so hooked on this story. I don't see how this won't be a 5 stars for me. Something really, really awful would have to happen for me not to give this 5 stars because I love it so much already. It's so good. I've been annotating as I go. So like the blue ones are for sad moments. The gray ones are just quotes I really think are cute or funny or relate to. Red is ones that are like sweet and lovey and romantic. And then there's like light pink ones and those are for anything I kind of find important or maybe I'll need to know later. I did see a huge spoiler for this series before I picked it up because there was no spoiler warning on a video and it was just there in front of my face so I couldn't look away quick enough, unfortunately. So now I'm trying to, I know the spoiler doesn't even happen until the 2nd book, but now I'm just trying to piece together what I know but won't even actually read about till the 2nd book. And so a lot of the pink ones are just things I think connect to the spoiler I saw. So I'm kind of driving myself insane by doing that. I'm trying to like figure it all out in my head. But I don't even think anyone actually even knows anything until the 3rd book and I don't even have that yet. So I need to relax a little bit. I haven't been confused at all with the world building or anything in this either or the politics. Honestly, I'm not someone who like sits there and really tries to figure it out anyway. I kind of just go with the flow, and if I get confused, I just like accept it, you know? If this character does that and goes here for this reason, if I don't remember why that reason is, I kind of just move on and like, cool, that's why, and I don't really think too much about it. Maybe that's a me problem. I don't really know. But I've noticed when other people are like, oh my god, this was so confusing in the book, I never really fully figured this out. I'm like, yeah, definitely never knew what that was. But it never really seemed to, harm anything for me. I kind of still seem to understand what's happening in the book. So maybe that's also why I haven't had a problem with world building, because I'm not focusing on that super hard. Kind of just going with it. But it's so good. It's so good, and I cannot wait to finally get to the 2nd book. And once I start reading the 2nd book, I'm going to order the 3rd book. I'm still gonna spend the money, so I don't know why I don't just do it now, but something in my head makes me feel like if I wait, it's less money. It's not, but for some reason in my head, that's how it works. So I'm just gonna go with it, but I'm so excited for it all, and I literally can't wait, and I don't know, I'm so in love with this series. I love it more than Akatar already, and I didn't think I would, but I do. I really characters, I love them so much. I love Bryce, I love Hunt. Rune, I think is how you say his name. I could be wrong, but I love him too. And I just, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I don't know. It's so fun. I also like all the different kind of like, I don't even know, mystical creatures, or I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but like there's angels and all the shapeshifters, and I don't know. I think it's so fun having all these different characters and creatures, and you know, not just human and fae. I think this is so fun to have all these different kind of people to learn about. I think it's so different and creative. And there's vampires, which I'm assuming are just kind of like vampires. I don't know. But it's, I don't know, it's so fun. I'm having such a good time. And I definitely haven't felt like I've read 300 pages so far. Like, at all. Like, I have 500 pages to go, but I honestly, I don't even, it doesn't feel like I've read that many. It feels like I've read like 100 pages of this book. And I'm so excited to get to the end of this one and then start the second one. I can't wait. Oh my god. I'm just so mad at myself for putting off ACOTAR and then putting off Crescent City. But I'm so excited, and that's kind of all I have for my update. I don't really know how to say anything else without giving away spoilers. I don't know. Ugh, but I love it so much. I don't get how people don't love the first book of this, like, as much as I'm loving it, my first read. I know people love it when they reread it, but not everyone's obsessed with it their first read. But I'm so obsessed with it. Like, so in love. Hey, so I thought I'd give another update. I just read chapter 66 of this book. And well, if you know, you know, and well, I hate Sarah J. Maas. I can't. Cause what was that? Like, what was that? That's not okay. I'm not well. Not right now. I guess I don't really know what to say except you see these blue ones right here? These dark blue ones? They're for what I call sad scenes. And well, there's like 3 of them in chapter 66 right now, so I'm upset. Okay, I'm upset. I've already cried. So we're done now. But what did I just read? Like, what did I just read? Not well right now. Right now I'm very upset. And why did I ever read ACOTAR and then Crescent City? And I wanted to read Throne of Glass, but can I go through 8 books of this? I don't know if I can do that, because I can't right now handle even one. Yeah, this is going to take a minute for me to recover from. I'm going to continue reading and probably finish this book, because chapter 66 is like roughly page 600. So I've got like a little over 200 pages left, so I'm going to finish this. Okay, so I just finished House of Earth and Blood, and I mean, jaw drop. Like, what? And last time I updated, I was on around page 600, and I was like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Like, Art's gonna fix it, but how it's supposed to get crazier? Well, I was mistaken, because within the next 10 pages, it got 10 times crazier. I don't know why I thought it wouldn't. Again, I've read ACOTAR, so I obviously know that once you think it can get crazy, it obviously can get crazier. So I don't really know why I was so shocked that it got even more wild. I do love how fast we fixed our little initial problem at the 600 page mark, you know? Love how fast we fixed that. I mean, tears, the last 100 pages. So these dark blue ones are like sad, and there's a lot of them in the last like 150 pages. Yeah. Like, wow. Like, what did I'm so in love with this book. Like, I'm so in love with this whole series already, and I've only read the first book, and I couldn't be more in love. Like, I don't get why people don't enjoy this, or are confused, or are bored. I wasn't confused, definitely not bored, and I loved this immediately more than ACOTAR within 90 pages. Like, what? Also, the huge spoiler that I know that happens at the end of book 2, I don't know how we didn't figure out that was gonna happen. I feel like it's really obvious. I mean, I also just loved. I cried at the end a lot, tears coming to my face every 5 seconds, but also loved it because we know why. Light it up, light it up, light it up. I just wow. I wasn't expecting that to happen either, not even a little bit, and I loved it so much. But I also was heavily sobbing the entire time we're reading that. And there's probably tears on these pages that I have it marked, don't worry. It's I can read it at any time. I don't know, and then I love all the characters so much. I love them so much. I love Bryce, I love Hunt, I love Rune. It's just crazy. It was so good though. If you don't want to pick these up because they're huge and because they are 800-page books, but if that's why you don't want to pick it up, or because people do say it's really confusing to get into, and the first one especially is kind of boring, I personally don't know what people were that confused about, or not even for 1 second what was boring about it. I had felt every emotion by page 90. I don't understand. Well, because everyone's the first 300 pages are really confusing to get through because you're doing all the world building. I feel like the world building happened pretty evenly throughout the book. I didn't feel like it was just, here's 300 pages, here's the world, now let's get into the story. It felt as though every time we address something in the story, then we talk about it, world build it, and then continue to the next thing and continue our story. So I didn't feel like the world building was that rough, actually. I feel like ACOTAR's world building was rougher. A Court of Thorns and Roses, the only reason I continued after the first book was because I already, I knew about Rhys and Feyre. I knew Tamlin wasn't gonna be endgame. I knew that already. And then I had met Rhys and I was oh my god. Honestly, the only reason I didn't DNF ACOTAR was because I knew Rhys was gonna show up at some point. I knew he showed up in this book. And I knew that the second book was the third book was my favorite. But well, no, it wasn't actually. Okay, whatever. But of the first main 3 books, I knew the second book was most people's favorite. So it's okay, well, I just have to get to the second book, you just have to get to the second book. I mean, they're real. It's true. The third book of the main 3 was my favorite, and then A Court of Thorns was my favorite throughout the whole ACOTAR series. But A Court of Thorns and Roses was so rough. So if you could get through that, you can easily make it through this, because I did not for 1 second was not bored. Not for 1 second was I bored. Were there maybe times when the world building dragged on longer than a paragraph? Yes, but it wasn't 10 pages. It'd be 1 page, but the story would have happened. We would have ran into something in the story and talked about it and then continued on with the story. When we first met Rune, we then went on to talk about Rune and how Bryce and Rune are connected and that story. And so that took up a little bit more than a paragraph, but then we continued the just conversation we were having and the story in general. I didn't feel like it was that bad. I was really worried it was gonna be just 300 pages of just world building. Now let's actually get into the characters' lives and what's going on. But it wasn't like that at all for me. So I don't know why everyone was saying that. I don't know why everyone was saying that, because that's what ACOTAR felt like to me. I felt like A Court of Thorns and Roses was here's the entire world from Tamlin's point of view. And then at the end, I feel like even in A Court of A Court of Mist and Fury, I felt like even then, when she was in Valaris for the first couple times, it was just, this is Valaris, this is what Valaris is, this is the world through Rhys's point of view, and the actual version of the world, because people don't know Valaris exists. But it felt so that felt like a lot of just world building, whereas this felt very much conversation, run into something we need to talk about it, continue conversation. It wasn't just, here's the world, now let's meet everyone. I don't know, I love this. I'm gonna go into Throne of Glass after this, and I know Throne of Glass is people's favorite of Sarah J. Maas's, but I don't know how it's gonna top Crescent City. I just really don't. Also, I have to go through 2 more books of this, and then 8 books of Throne of Glass, where the last 100 to 200 pages are gonna break my heart every single time, and I don't know how much longer I can do this. But anyways, I finished it, and so I'm on to the second book now. Okay guys, so as we seen in the last clip, I finished reading House of Earth and Blood, and I'm about 170 pages into House of Sky and Breath, so I wanted to say some of my thoughts on it so far. I've been annotating again. I'm only 170 pages in, and that's a lot of tabs, but we have important, cute, like romantic ones, funny or quotes I just really enjoy, and then sad scenes. And a lot of them are sad, so that's kind of upsetting, but I mean, it's already great so far. I don't know. This one's harder to talk about because I really can't say anything this time. But where we kind of are at right now is we have a new, like, leader in the 33rd, so we're getting to know that character. We have this whole other storyline with Therion, I think is how you say his name. I don't know. But, like, this whole storyline we have going on with this missing girl and how Danica was connected to all of this again, and really no one knew anything about Danica, because what we're learning... She had a lot of secrets, a lot more secrets than we ever thought she had. We kind of are coming back from where we left off with Hunt and Bryce and where they're at in their relationship. So right now they're just figuring it out. They were getting different point of views. It's not just Bryce and Hunt's in this one. I mean, Rune was a little bit in the last one, but 170 pages and we've already had Bryce, Hunt's, Rune's, and Therion's. So I think that's really fun to have all of their different point of views and kind of see what's happening along with everyone right now. You can see the video in my glasses. But I think it's really fun to see where we're at with everyone right now. And again, I know the huge spoiler. And to really see how things are leading up to this huge spoiler. We've also had a big thing happen with Bryce. Yeah, we really hate the Autumn King, but that's okay, because we're going to solve the situation. It's going to be solved. We're going to figure it out. We got to see more of her parents already, which I think was fun. I don't know, we've already got to see more Juniper and more Fury. I really love Fury, so I'm excited to see more of her in this book. I think she'll be more involved in this for sure, based on what we've got going on so far. And I don't know, we have a lot going on with Hunt. He has to be civil with his enemies. Or some of them. Not all of his enemies, but some of them. And that's going to be really interesting to see how we handle that whole situation as well. I know, I'm really seeing how it ends up into this huge thing that I unfortunately already know. But I'm kind of excited just to see how we get there and how everything is going to connect. And I'm so excited to read more of this. And then I already ordered the 3rd book, so it should be here soon. And the 3rd book will also be in this reading vlog. So this one's harder to talk about because everything's kind of a spoiler now. There's not really much to say without spoiling the entire 1st book and what's happened so far in the 2nd book. But I'm already very much enjoying it, and and we get more Ethan in this book. So if you know who he is, we get more of him, and I'm already enjoying that. That's already really fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see where it takes us. I love the mystery aspect we get in these books. We kind of always be solving some sort of case or mystery happening, and I think that's so fun because I love that stuff. I love Criminal Minds, and I loved The Naturals. That was like some of my favorite books. And so I think that's so fun to add that into here instead of it just being like war, like normal fantasy, because it is modern. It's in the modern day. So I think having kind of like crime solving, I think is really interesting and fun in this. And you just get to learn so much more about the world and the other characters when you do that. And I think it's a good way of world building. I know. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I'm currently uploading my January wrap-up video. And I'm watching Destiny, her reset, or I don't know, her bookshelf reset for 2024. That's what I have on in the background right now. But I'll update you again when I get another big chunk done. guys, I'm back with another update. So right now I'm on chapter 47, about page 500 of House of Sky and Breath. I've been very heavily annotating this. There's a lot of things that are sticking out. It's so good. It's so good. I love having Ethan and Therion's point of view in this. I think that's really fun to see kind of what they're doing. I know Therion's, it like starts with his and I'm always not that excited, but then as I keep reading in his point of view, I'm like, oh wait, okay, I actually really do like his point of view, and I do it every single time his point of view comes in, and I realize I actually do enjoy his point of view, but I forget that every time. So we've met Agent Daybright, Agent Night, you know. I did find out a spoiler for that whole situation too. People need to start putting spoiler warnings and stop putting a photo or something right on the first page. But they do on TikTok, so I keep seeing spoilers. I love this series so much. I'm so excited to read House of Flame and Shadow, and also like, because I'm gonna have to wait another like 2 years for another book, and I didn't have to wait 2 years for the third book like other people did. So I have to start doing that. It's okay though. But I've been having a good time annotating this. I love annotating these books. I go back and reread the little things I annotated all the time. And annotating the important stuff is really helpful because I still go back to the first book sometimes and have to look at something really fast. It's so fun. It's so fun. I love it so much. I love the characters. Ooh, we just met Ariadne, maybe? I feel like that's really wrong. But we just met her. She's already fun. I already like her. I'm already here for her. Ethan's just the sweetest little boy ever. I feel bad for him, but I also love him. I know he's gonna be good. I just know we're gonna get his story right, or I hope. I could be recording this and this last 100 pages hit and something else happens, but it's gonna be good. And I also feel bad for Therion, and I really want him to have a happier life. And Celestina, are we supposed to like her or hate her? Right now I like her, but I feel like it's too good to be true. I just feel like it's a little too good to be true that I would like her right off that. Like, I really like her, but I'm like, I don't want to get attached. So she ends up being evil or dies. This isn't a spoiler because nothing's happened yet, so I actually don't know if either of those things are gonna happen. I have not a clue. But like, I don't want either of those things to happen because I like her right now, so I want her to stay good. I don't know if she will. She might though. Sometimes, it's hard to believe things when good things are happening in Sarah J. Maas books because they always get crushed. Everything gets crushed and ruined, and But I'll let you know. So, a little update. I'm on the last page of chapter 64. Jaw drop. I've reread this 10 times now. What? I'm just say one thing. And if you've read House of Sky and Breath and have read chapter 64, you'll know exactly what I mean when I say this. Through love, all is possible. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what did I just read? Like, I keep rereading it. And, the next page is right in front of me, and I just haven't continued going on. Oh my god, I'm reading it right now, actually. Oh my gosh. Wait, stop. Well, I just read the first page of chapter 65, and oh. What? Through love, all is possible. I'm gonna keep reading. I'll be back. Okay, so I just finished House of Sky and Breath. Oh my gosh. I mean, I knew it was gonna happen anyway, but it still was so exciting. Like, it was so exciting. and I did not know any spoilers about Rune or the Star Sword, but I guessed both of them. I did. It was like absolutely, from the first book, I was like, literally duh. But I'm so excited, and it was so good. I'm really nervous for Hunt and Rune right now. Really nervous. And I don't know, and a little epilogue with Ethan, that was cute. We love Ethan. I'm confused with the whole Cormac thing. I didn't like really get a scene, but you know, with what Therion said, what was in his point of view anyway. I guess, yeah. I don't know how I feel about him. I don't know, he just was like, I can't really say much without spoiling everything. But I will say, I did get my copy of House of Flame and Shadow. I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive. But what I didn't order, and I'm pleasantly surprised, this is like gonna be a prized possession of mine now. I will never stop talking about this. But I can't. Oh my god, this book's too big. I did not order a signed copy, but I got a signed copy. Do you see that? I'm never gonna shut up about that. That's like the most exciting thing ever. Oh my god. I like just opened it, like look at it, and I was like, I didn't order that. I just ordered the Barnes & Noble exclusive. I did not order signed. I got both. That was really exciting. No, I'm excited for this. I'm a little nervous. For Hunt and Rune. We're a little nervous. I can't say anything. I actually literally can't say a word. Okay. I did film a whole spoiler clip to me reacting to the last, like, chapter of Sky and Breath, though. Because I gave it away. I said a quote, and I was like, all I'm gonna say is this. But, like, I realized it actually was, you know, if you use your brain, it was very much a spoiler. If you didn't know this, if you got to Sky and Breath without knowing the huge spoiler, you must not follow Sarah J. Maas. And you must not own TikTok, because I wish I could have had spoiler free. It would have been so, I would have guessed it anyway. I was like, it was obvious from the first book, but it still would have been exciting. But like, I knew it was gonna happen, but it still was so fun, and it was so fun. It just was like, I couldn't stop giggling and kicking my feet, and I wrote down so many things. I'm excited to see where this journey takes us. I'm really excited. Yeah, I don't know. People weren't in love with this, but I think people had a different expectation and maybe more of certain characters being in this, like, heavily. And I don't think they're in it that heavily, but that's not what I'm expecting, nor what I came to this series for. Like, it's what pushed me to read it, but it isn't why I stayed. I fell in love with all the other characters, so I'm okay that, you know, we're not gonna have this specific, some of these certain characters in here heavily, because it's not what this book is about, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're sticking to our main, like, Bryce, Hunt, Rune, Ethan, and Therion. So, and hopefully some more Juniper and Fury. I know. Okay, so I've started reading House of Flame and Shadow. I'm 180-ish pages in. I'm on chapter, I think, 18. That's what I just got to. 18, so I just finished chapter 17. Oh my god. Okay, also, I think I was in this hoodie in my life club, but it's been like a week and this has been washed, so I haven't been wearing this for a week, I swear. Okay. So, you know, if you know where I'm at, we just read chapter 17. Okay, you see right? Oh my god. It's just like brain. Also, I feel like me saying anything is a spoiler. Me saying like literally anything in the whole world is a spoiler. I can't. Nope, I can't say anything. I can't say. Oh my god. He's talking. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say who, but you know who I'm talking about. He's really talkative. He's really talkative right now. I've never seen him talk this much in my life, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it because he's one of my favorites. Like, love him to death. So I'm really happy he's talking as much as he is because I love him. I love him. I love her, and I missed her so much, and I didn't realize it. Forgot how much I loved her. I really did. I love it. I love it so much. You know, when you were reading the other books and you had so many different point of views, sometimes it felt a little like you didn't need that many point of views because it was kind of like, you know, we're all doing the same thing right now. Like, we're just having the same situation happen in multiple point of views. We'll be like, okay, this situation's happening right now. We're getting Reese's point of view. Now 5 seconds later, we're gonna get Hunt's point of view. And it's like, everything's going on, but we're still in the same situation. Like, we're still fighting the same thing or whatever in that moment. But now we're getting Hunt's view on it 5 seconds later. We're getting Rune's view on it 5 seconds later. And, you know, and maybe we just did that to really introduce their point of view. So it was like, we were used to it. But like, now it's like really fun to read all their point of views. It was kind of hard to get into them sometimes. Because it's like, okay, now we're still continuing the same thing, just now we're seeing it through someone else's eyes. I was like, we didn't really need to do that. It isn't new information, it's just new information in a different point of view. I love Crescent City so much. I can't even. Bryce is like the character I've related to most of my entire life. I can't even express that. I love them. I love them so much. Also, it wasn't hard to get into, and I wasn't confused, and I didn't read Throne of Glass before this, and I still wasn't confused. Anyways, that's where I'm at right now, so I'll update again once I get another big chunk through, and then hopefully our last update's maybe when we finish. Anyways, I guess I'll see you in the next chunk. Okay, so I'm back with another update on House of Flame and Shadow. So I just got to page 340, chapter 38. I'm gonna call it done for the night because it's like 3 in the morning right now. So I've read a lot since the last time I might have checked in. Again, it's so hard to talk about the books the deeper in the series it gets because it's like everything's a spoiler for everything I say. Okay. I don't even know what to... Oh, we found out a lot of history on the Asteri. A lot of history. And all the Starborn stuff, we learned a lot more about that. That just happened. That was a lot that went down right there. I don't think we're fully done with, you know... Like, Bryce is back. I'll just say that. And I don't think we're fully done with the rest of that stuff yet. I think we'll have more because it ended in a weird spot. Ethan's sad. We're sad for Ethan as well because it was, you know, but he might be getting some help right now, which is good. We enjoy that. We're not as stressed about Rune, Hunt, and Baxian right now. I'm not halfway through his book, so we probably will be stressed about them again, but right now we're not stressed about them too much. Yeah, that's kind of all I've got right now, because everything else would be a spoiler. But it's just, we've learned a lot of kind of history and backstory and about, oh my god, is it Midgard? Is it on this map? I can't remember the name. Okay, wherever the planet they're on is, or world, or whatever, I don't know, whatever you call it. Midgard, I forget which one it is. But we learned a lot about that and like this world, and we got a lot more backstory on the Asteri and kind of how everything works, and we learned more about the drop, and yeah, just a lot. We learned a lot. So it hasn't been like, okay, well, I guess the last like 2 chapters I just read were completely action-packed. But before that, it was just a lot of like history, but it was very important world building, and honestly, it was still interesting to see how it all connects. Like, it's very like, whoa. A lot more people are related than I thought were related. Let's just say that as well. Not Bryce and Hunt. I'm not going to make anyone feel weird about it. That's not what's happening. But a lot more people are related, or maybe somewhat related. It's so confusing. We don't know the answers completely to that. We're just kind of guessing right now. We learned some more so about the Autumn King. Learned some more things there. Kind of interesting. He's up in the air for me right now. We don't like him. I can tell you that probably with full certainty forever, because he's a jerk. And a terrible, terrible father. But, you know, he's up in the air based on whose side he's on right now. I don't really know where we're at. Could be either or. That's all I have for right now, so I'll update again later. Okay, so I'm back with my final update. I just finished House of Flame and Shadow. Fully annotated it. Wow. A lot happened. Again, especially in that last, 100 pages, a lot just really went down. And that happens every time, but, wow. I love our little team that we have, our little team-up moment. I think that's so funsies. We love Ember's new friendship that I hope we might get to see more of. Ember and Randall, they have some new friends that I love them with. I think that'll be so fun. Of course, him and Randall would bond, of course. Makes sense. I'm not shocked by it at all. Let's see. Oh my god, so many things. Wow, a lot went down, and I really can't say much without spoiling anything. Rune is just the best guy ever. We love Rune. We love all of them, let's be for real. We love all the characters. Jessica. I might get a little emotional. We're putting pieces of a puzzle together. Like hardcore. It was finally clicking. It really was. We met Sathia in this book, a new character. Love her. She's an icon, I can already tell. This doesn't feel like that much of a spoiler, but we don't really know where she's at right now at the end of it, but I'm interested to see. We got a little bit of Ardian. I don't know how to say her name. We got some more of her. I don't really know what's gonna happen more with her character. She hasn't been a very big character in all the books, or the last 2 books anyway, because she came in Sky and Breath. She hasn't been a super big character we've been introduced to yet, but I feel like I'm gonna like her a lot, so I'm excited to see where Sarah takes her character for sure. I feel like Therion went through 40 different storylines in 10 pages. And I was up to date with every single one of them. I'm here for it. I just want to see his life get on a path, on a solid path. He seems to be kind of going like this, and he needs a straight, this is where his life's going vibe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's I love Crescent City so much. I love these books way more than I liked ACOTAR. I haven't read through a glass, so I can't say anything about that, but I love these so much. They're so good. They're so good. So for this week's video, thank you so much for watching this. I know it's probably a really long one. I do have a reading vlog up of Magnolia Park's Into the Dark, and that one is full spoilers, so if you've read that book and you want to see someone else's thoughts on it, you can watch that video. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and that's the end of this video. Bye, guys.